Hi, I'm Charisse.
And I'm Holly.
And welcome to Ask Mom.
Today we're going to talk about helping a friend. Mm-hmm. Your friend has confided in you. Please don't tell anybody but. And then they tell you something serious. Girls want to know how to help their friends.
Mm-hmm. If a friend is reaching out, they need the help, right?
Right.
And if it's a huge issue too, that's a big burden for you to carry.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're going to be continuously worrying about that friend. So, I mean, I think first you just need to take some time and digest what they've just told you, because it'll probably be a shock to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's so many websites that you can go on to that, have good advice and good help and stuff. I think initially if your friend says don't tell anybody unless it's a, they could die tomorrow kind of thing, an issue, I think you do need to take the time to figure out how best you can help them.
Right. One way that you could help them is to go and do, say, like a Google search. So you go online and you can type in advice hotlines for teens, or you could say, specifically what the problem is: online help for self-harm, online help for abuse. And a bunch of sites will pop up, and then you just need to go through and look at them and see, is this a way that I can chat with somebody online? Is this a way I could email a professional to get professional advice about how to help someone, or is there actually a live person I can talk to? So there are many options online that you can research. You can try typing in teen hotline. You can type in self-harm, help for self-harm, and hotlines will pop up, particularly if you put the word teen and whatever it is that is a problem. And you don't have to be the one that's hurting to use that hotline. You can call and say, today a friend confided in me, she's doing this, and I just want like a counselor's help in how to help her, right? And they'll probably give you some really good ideas. But some of the ideas I would guess that they would give you, if what they're doing really is life-threatening, then you may have to risk your friendship to get them the help they need, because you're going to have to think final picture here. So if they say, I'm so depressed, I'm going to commit suicide.
Right.
You don't sit on that and think, well, are they serious? Do they, that you need to go tell your parents. You need to go tell somebody trusted at school or some adult and say, I'm really worried because my friend so-and-so said she's going to commit suicide. And I know that makes you feel bad because they trusted you and they said something, but honestly, they say it because they ultimately really want help. They want to be saved from themselves.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then that, again, if they were to act on that and you were to have to carry that with you, that you didn't tell somebody, that's a huge, huge stress.
If it's something that isn't immediately life-threatening, you can just encourage them. Sometimes just being able to say what the problem is to a friend and have that friend encourage you, not go, oh, that's no big deal. No big deal that you're self-harming. Okay, that is a big deal. So you don't want to downplay what they're doing, but you could encourage them. You could say, you are such a smart girl and you have so many things going for you, and I'm so sorry, you must be so sad. And is that why you're doing it? Because you're feeling so sad, or you're feeling like you're not heard, or you're feeling like you don't have somewhere to turn, or you're just feeling numb inside? Like, give them some adjectives to attach to what they're feeling, and allow them to say, no, that's not what I'm feeling, or yeah, that is what I'm feeling, and be able to have just a discussion about it and encourage them they can get help and that they can get better.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing too, is to try to encourage them to go find that help, that resource. Talk to that teacher, talk to their adult, talk to somebody that's an adult in their life that they really trust with the information. Yeah. I think that's one of the best things you can do.
And trusting you is a really great first step. I mean, it's hard to tell a friend a really vulnerable thing, like you're doing something that feels really out of control in your life. That's a hard thing to say. Everybody wants to look strong, even in front of their friends, and for them to confide in you is really such a compliment to who they think you are. So also don't abuse that. Don't take that and don't decide that the person you're going to tell so that you don't have to carry this heavy burden is some other random person at school that you run into just because you're feeling upset. If you need to go collect yourself, go to the office, say I'm not feeling well, whatever you have to do to keep yourself from just running off and telling somebody where it could become a big rumor or a problem at school, you just do what you need to do to collect yourself. Yeah. And then you wait and you think about who you should tell.
And as a teenager, you don't have the experience to be able to guide somebody through something that is life-threatening or a huge, problem that your friend's going through, whichever it is. You don't have that experience, so that's where you need to really go get the help.
The things that a friend might tell you is that they're sexually active, that they've decided to start sleeping with their boyfriend. So that isn't life-threatening, but it is risky behavior. It just is for them to be making those sexual choices. So one good idea could be to use the Ask Mom series on YouTube as a resource for that. Say, you know what, once I was really needing help with something and I happened to just stumble across these moms, and if they go to our channel, they can just type in sex or dating or relationships, and all of our videos on that will pop up. And we have videos that will address how to think about if you're ready to have sex. That could maybe really help them. And so maybe you listen, you nod your head and you go, I'm worried about, I don't know. I mean, are you ready to be a mom? Are you ready to risk sexual diseases just because you think you're going to lose them? So you could say those kinds of things. If you don't have the courage to say any of that, just say, if I sent you a video to watch, would you be willing to watch it? And then you know how to find us. You could go look and find a video and then send it to them and say, and you can even write them and ask them questions. I'm Holly.
I'm Charisse.
And we hope this gives you some things to think about, a starting place to be able to think about how to help a friend. Thanks for tuning in to Ask Mom.